James.
Hello.
So the previous video we did, we really kind of did an introduction on who you are and your book, Dot Training, time travel and teleportation. In your book, you talk about limitations. Like we are limited as human beings. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, mainly why, because we're limited is, like metaphorically speaking, it's the mud. The mud keeps us limited. It's a system that's designed to take your true power away from you. And what I want to do is give you the tools within the training with the system of requirements and the exercises. It allows you to pull yourself from this mud, because we're all sleeping, living in this mud, and that's why we're experiencing limitation.
Okay, got it. So the exercises and requirements, can you give me an example of one of those exercises?
Yes, I had an experience that when I would get up in the morning, I would go and make coffee. We had a Bunn coffee maker, so it makes like a full pot of coffee in like a minute, 2 minutes. I would make the coffee, spin 33 times. That's one of the exercises is spinning. And then I would go get the coffee and take it back to my wife at the time and talk about spiritualism during coffee in the morning. One morning she's all like, "What took you so long? It took you 20 minutes to get that coffee." I'm like, 20 minutes? That's weird. All I'm doing is spinning and making coffee. So the next morning rolls around and I do the same thing. I get up, make the coffee, spin 33 times, and go get the coffee. And then she was a little perturbed at me. She was like, "What's taking you so long? It took you 20 minutes. I'm like, 20 minutes? Wow, that's weird. So the third morning rolls around. So this time I get up and I look at the clock and it's 7 o'clock right on the dot. So I go out, make the coffee, spin 33 times, and then go get the coffee. And then when I went back there, she was really perturbed, like, "Oh, what's taking you so long?" And I looked at the clock and it was 20 after.
Oh, wow.
So I moved like 18 minutes into the future, like 3 days in a row.
Okay. Well, thanks. That's great. So those exercises and requirements, they're all in the book, and there's a handy-dandy little chart at the end of the book, which will help people with doing the requirements and the exercises for every day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sounds really great. Thank you, James.
There's one keynote I want to hit on spinning.
Yeah.
Just a thought to rumble in your head. See, what spinning does, when you spin, it synchronizes you with the universe. Everything is spinning clockwise in the universe. And Einstein says that the universe expands. It's doing both. It's spinning and expanding.
Okay.
So you look at some YouTube videos on time travel, they're talking about a spinning cylinder, and then you can dance around the cylinder in time travel. What I want to invite you to do is become the cylinder. You're the one spinning, synchronizing you up with the universe.
Okay.
And that allows, when everything is synchronized, allows you to move forward or backwards in time.
Okay.
And another keynote I want you to think about is like you ever hear of a straw going through a log in a tornado?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Okay, well I even read stories on the internet where the straw is going through bottles. And I saw an episode on Mythbusters where they prove that it's not the force of the wind that's penetrating that straw through bottles or glass or wood. What's happening that the atoms, I believe, I have a theory that it's the atoms that get synchronized.
Okay.
And then it disappears which loves turning the key, of course, and then it reappears. But what the straw is doing, it's reappearing inside with the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And then how about the weird stories about the socks disappearing in the dryer?
I was thinking of that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's another oddity, socks disappearing and reappearing. I even had not experiment, but an experience that I had a whole line of clothes dryers, and there was a little tiny shirt in one of the clothes dryers, and I knew which clothes dryer it was in, but then it ended up in like a couple down the road. Like it disappeared and reappeared in another clothes dryer. So it has a lot to do with spinning, and spinning is very important. And,
Okay.
and in the training you spin 3 times a day, 32 times, and then you hold your hands like this after you've been spinning by your heart chakra, and it'll stop the dizziness.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, thank you. I kind of now know what happens to all those socks that disappear in the dryer.
Yeah.
Could you make it so that the socks will automatically appear in the drawer? Like the baby?
Folded. Yeah, exactly. That's the trick. A master could do it.
Oh, that would be great. Well, thank you so much, James.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.